Welcome back to the Life of Buddha series. In episode 22, we witnessed an important turning point in his journey of spreading the Dharma. After the end of the first rainy season retreat at Deer Park, the Buddha prepared his disciples to embark on a journey to spread the Dharma more widely. The Buddha taught the 30 princes the Four Noble Truths, helping them attain the stages from Sotapanna to Arhat. He also explained in detail the path of practice and expanded their knowledge of the realms and the law of karma. Finally, 30 princes asked to be ordained as monks with dignified appearance. The Buddha sent them to Pavaya region to propagate, expand the Sangha, and spread the Dharma. In the next episode, we will follow new developments in the journey of the Buddha and his disciples, as they continue to spread the light of wisdom and compassion to all living beings. The Life of Buddha, Episode 23, Meeting with the Devas, Buddha spreads compassion. About 10 days later, the Buddha returned to the ascetic forest. He leisurely admired the scenery. The trees after the rainy season were green and unusually beautiful. The road that passed the Bodhiruka tree, the old asata, was torn apart by a stream from Mount Gaya, so the Buddha had to take a shortcut through the village. He had traveled this fragrant road many times, but the houses and people were still the same. Cows and goats were still scattered here and there in the fields, beside the gardens, along the roadsides, and even in the yards right next to the doors of every house. Peace, tranquility, hardship, and poverty were mixed together. Arriving at a large estate, perhaps the richest in the village, the Buddha stopped. He had to visit the millionaire householder Senani, Mrs. Sujata, and the little girl Puna, the benefactors with the miraculous bowls of milk that helped him come back to life to attain enlightenment. The Buddha was warmly welcomed by the whole family. The millionaire, a plump, tall man with a rosy complexion and a generous and open smile, personally prepared a seat and served tea. Mrs. Sujata held the chubby, rosy baby boy and sat him on a low chair, smiling brightly and generously. "Here is the little dog, venerable sir. Thanks to you, our family is happy as we wished. Please bless him." Little girl Puna ran out of the house, bringing the baby a bottle of milk. She looked at the Buddha without blinking. She was carefree and witty. The monk now looks even more handsome than the god of the past. But today, people in the village are saying that the monk has become a Buddha. What is a Buddha? Is he equal to a god or a saint? Everyone laughed. The dozens of male and female servants in the estate, who rarely saw such a noble and gentle mendicant, also crowded around. The coward boy Sathya, who had given 8 bundles of grass along with 3 or 4 friends, had not known when he had heard the news, but he was also standing outside the front gate. The millionaire Senani understood, waved his hand, and told the servants to open the gate, allowing the boys to come in and play. The Buddha did not know, because he did not direct his mind, but the rumors about him, about his supernatural powers, about his Dharma power, about the halo on the night of his enlightenment, and even later in Deer Park in Varanasi, were spread and praised by everyone everywhere, spreading through the hamlets, through the villages, through the towns, cities, from one country to another. And most of all, a Buddha, a Samyak Sambuddha, had been born. Using the cool breeze of loving kindness, the Buddha spread it to everyone. Then he preached a sermon talking about charity, keeping precepts, the happiness of the heavenly realms, established them in the 3 refuges, and returned to the Bodhiruka tree at dusk. Satya and the 3 boys followed, saying that the Buddha spoke so well they wanted to hear more. And the Buddha happily told them ancient stories, Jataka tales, about cause and effect, which made them very happy. Their faith arose, they wanted to follow him, to serve him, and listen to the Dharma. The Buddha promised, but he said that now was not the time. Wait a while, he will let them follow the Sangha. That night, in the last days of October, the sky was moonless. The Buddha sat in meditation all night, using his own halo to illuminate the whole area. The gods, earthly immortals, and spirit beings around came to admire, pay respect, and ask to hear the Dharma. The Buddha saw that his Dharma had affinity, not only with the human realm, but also with the realms of dragons, yakshas, asuras, the heavens of the desire realm, the Brahma heavens of the form realm. Only the heavens of the formless realm, and the Avicii hell realm had no affinity. Thinking so, He kindly gave them a Dharma talk, the content of which was that the realm in which they were living was the result of very small blessings from the past, and that with all the strength of the blessings that had been maintained, they would still fall into the realms of suffering. Furthermore, although your blessings were greater than the human realm, in terms of wisdom, in terms of other paramitas, be careful, you would hardly be able to compare. So practice. Your realm is not as favorable as the human realm for cultivating meritorious deeds, but you can still use your abilities to protect the Dharma, protect good people, protect villages, and support both male and female attendants. These are the things you are doing now that are beneficial to you. The children turned out not to want to go home. All night long they were content and happy lying at the feet of the Buddha, lying in his peaceful and warm halo of light. In the morning, the birds chirped and chirped. The Buddha walked along the Naranjara River, came to the grass where he ate milk rice and through the golden tray, sat down and thought about the deeds of the Buddhas of the past. This land, this sacred river, had 3 Buddhas appear. Then, according to the law of birth and death, all were destroyed. Only sentient beings with affinity with the Dharma could taste the flavor of immortality. Now the Tathagata is the 4th Buddha. Also this land, also this river, also has a great affinity with the Tathagata's Dharma. The Buddha stood up, looked up at the sky, looked at the clouds, listened to the wind. He knew there would be a few more heavy rains. Then the weather would change to winter, but the next few months would be pleasant. The children gathered behind him again. They said, "Venerable monk, venerable Buddha, yes, you can call Tathagata Buddha like everyone else in the village. Across the river, here and there, in the forests of Uruvela, for the past 3 or 4 months, many ascetics have been setting up tents to live in. But they are not like you. They braid their hair, mostly wear bark clothes, and practice very austere practices." Buddha smiled. They soaked in cold river water, and they also sacrificed to fire gods, right? The children were surprised and stared. The Buddha returned to the tree, took his alms bowl, and went into the village. Today, the millionaire Senani's family invited him to place his alms bowl, but the Buddha refused because he wanted to go around the villages to beg for alms. Then, every morning, the solemn and pure image of the Buddha planted a deep faith in the hearts of the people. Every afternoon, sometimes even at night, beside each flickering torch, the Buddha preached the Dharma, taught the Dharma to each group of people, placed them in the 3 refuges, and became 2 rows of male and female attendants. Now they knew this was truly a Buddha, a Samyak Sambuddha. The day before yesterday, knowing it was the right time, the Buddha left the Bodhiruka tree, boarded a raft to cross the river, and rode north and east into the realm of the matted hair ascetics. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you have just listened to the video about the life of Buddha Shakyamuni, adapted from the work A Life, a Sun and Moon by Master Geoy Duck. This video series will be broadcast at 7 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the YouTube channel Buddhist Story. We sincerely thank you for watching. To not miss the next episodes, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you find the content useful, please share this video with your relatives and friends. All your comments are very valuable to us. Please leave comments below the video so we can discuss and share together. Thank you, and see you again in the next episodes of the video series, The Life of Buddha Shakyamuni.